I'm Sheldon Neal.
And I'm Nima Rajan. Another 41 people aboard a cruise ship quarantined off the coast of Japan have tested positive for the new coronavirus, including 5 Canadians. The cruise line says the quarantine period will end on February 19th if there are no issues.
I'm Sheldon Neal.
And I'm Nima Rajan. A charter plane for Canadians in China is expected to leave for Canada tomorrow. As of yesterday, the federal government said 308 Canadians have asked for help to leave the country, but the plane only has room for about 250 passengers.
I'm Sheldon Neal.
And I'm Nima Rajan. Ottawa says the 12 Canadians with COVID-19 on the quarantined Diamond Princess cruise ship have been moved to Japanese health facilities. The rebel-held Hodeidah port is a lifeline in which Yemen received 90% of its food. And since the civil war, imports fell by over 55,000 metric tons a month, according to the charity. This is affecting the lives of 4.4 million people, including 2.2 million children in the country. So to talk more about this crisis, we are speaking with Alejandro Terronez, Senior Humanitarian Manager at Save the Children. Thank you so much for your time today, Alejandro. Now, if farm expenses were to be exempt from the carbon tax, would farmers still be able to reduce their carbon footprint?
I think that's a great question. I think we will. I think we can. I think we have.
After 18 years of service with the York Regional Police, Michelle Vincent is working to protect those who run towards danger when everyone else runs away. Now, what do you think is currently missing in terms of mental health assistance for first responders?
Well, we definitely have some gaps to fill.
Well, joining me now is Keith Cressman, Senior Locust Forecasting Officer with the UN's Food and Agriculture Organization. He is joining me from Rome. Keith, we really appreciate your time today.
Thank you. My pleasure to be with you.
Now, what are some of the key findings so far in terms of the invasion and how it's spreading?
Well, we're very surprised, in fact, to see the scale and the magnitude of the current invasion.
Well, you've heard the warnings on TV, radio, and online. The notorious coronavirus, now dubbed COVID-19, has been in the headlines for over a month, and the death toll from the infection has risen to nearly 1,400 people globally. As global concern over COVID-19 continues to rise, with some people wearing facial masks and avoiding Chinese imported goods, there is concern that people are being misinformed on the virus and how it spreads. So to clear it all up for us, we are joined by infectious disease physician, Dr. Zain Chagla. So how can we tell the difference between someone with the COVID-19 virus and someone who has the common flu or cold?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Welcome back. I'm here with infectious disease physician Dr. Zain Chagla, and we're discussing the COVID-19 outbreak and what you need to know to stay safe. Now, in Japan, they have quarantined an entire cruise ship, yet the virus seems to continue to spread to people on board. And some people are saying that the virus is spreading through the pipes. So how does that work, Dr. Chagla? How are these quarantined people still getting infected? Can you share with us how it spreads?
Yes, so
however, the Fraser Institute found that overall, Canadians waited longer for medically necessary treatment in 2019 than in 2018. Well, to talk more on the state of doctors in the Canadian medical system, we are being joined by the Honourable Tony Clement, former Health Minister of Ontario and host of Boom and Bust. Now, Tony, what are your thoughts on these findings? Are you surprised?
I'm not really surprised.
Online platforms were also found to cause chronic sleep deprivation, lower academic performance, and negative socio-emotional functioning. As youth suicide rates continue to rise in Canada, researchers are urging people to look into social media content and how it affects the mental health of teens. And now for a look at some other headlines from around the world. India's top court is alarmed at the growing number of MPs with criminal records. Google starts an appeals case against a £2 billion shopping fine. Argentina rights activists renew their push for legalizing abortion. The UN urges Cameroonian authorities to investigate the killing of 23 villagers. A Brazil senator is shot in a standoff with police. The Lesotho Prime Minister is accused of murdering his wife. A contractor finds jars filled with tongues while inspecting a Florida woman's house. An advocacy group works to make Mexico City more accessible for disabled people. Outraged Mexicans flood social media with images of sunsets and animals to drown out graphic photos of a brutally murdered woman. Chinese medics shave their heads to prevent cross-infection of the coronavirus. And Singapore healthcare workers on the front lines of the coronavirus outbreak receive handwritten Valentine's Day messages.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Sheldon Neal.
And I'm Nima Rajan. We'll see you next time.